and welcome to our autumn green cleaning class. I want to thank Jo, Miss Jo Butterfly, as she goes by on Facebook, for those of you who know her there. And she owns Essentially Cleaning, and it is a great business that runs in the primarily in the Blue Mountains area, and it's a very successful doTERRA-based cleaning business. She's been running it for several years. She, as you can see, is on maternity leave at the moment. She has just welcomed baby number 5. This is her 5th boy in her tribe. She has a boy tribe. I have a girl tribe. And she is on maternity leave at the moment. So she actually approached me and said, let's do a green cleaning class. Let's get back out, get myself back out there. And that way I can support people when I'm on maternity leave. So, and for those of you who live in the Blue Mountains, you know darn well it's very hard to get a good cleaner right now. So people are screaming out for Jo. So she's bringing us this class, which is amazing. I'm just letting you guys know that if you really want to be able to see Jo really, really well, there is an option for view up in your upper right-hand corner if you're on your Zoom, and you can choose the speaker view, which means that you can see Jo really, really well. You can see what she's doing and making really, really well. So I would encourage you to use that view in a class like this when you're really trying to see what's going on. So over to you, Jo.
Great. Thank you so much, Michelle. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be able to host this with you today. It is, as you said, really great to be able to put myself out there while no one can really have me in person, and being able to share this with people in their homes and people in their business is really what I'm all about. So being able to do this with people who aren't just my clients is really, really fabulous. So just a little bit extra about me. I started Essentially Cleaning after I had been working in the in the cleaning industry for about 10 years. Essentially Cleaning has now been running for about 5 years. And what I found is that the natural products actually work much better than the commercial stuff that I was using before. So for that, I was really, really grateful to be able to then bring that into the mainstream and be able to actually replace all of the cleaning products that I've been using. So that's a little bit about why I do what I do. It's fantastic, it's easy, it's natural. We can make our own stuff with what we've got on hand, and we can tailor it to what we want. So one of the first things that I wanted to share with you all, I'm just going to shuffle the sleepy baby now that he's done. Excuse me, thank you. So one of the first things I just wanted to share with you is how easy it is to be able to make your own multi-purpose cleaning product, and to be able to just make that with whatever you've got in your home, and to be able to tailor it to whatever it is you need to use. So to be able to do that, all you need to do is have a cleaning bottle, doesn't matter how big or small it is, some white vinegar, doesn't matter what it is, and 30 drops of essential oils. So what I'd like to do is start with 10 drops of tea tree, and then we turn around and add 20 drops of whatever other oil it is that's going to help with what you've got on during the day. So some of the combinations that we think about when we're looking at autumn cleaning and getting into that sort of stuff would probably be a good idea to have a listen out for while I'm going through and talking and stuff. I might just quickly see if I can take the crier back, or are you? No. Oh, good. Sorry about the little distraction. But yeah, so have a listen out to what sort of oils you might add into a multi-purpose spray when it's autumn time, so that when it gets to the end of the class, you might have that in your head as to what you might like to do. So all you need to do is you add in about 1/3 of your cleaning bottle with the vinegar, and then you top it up with water and add in your essential oils, 30 drops, twist it on, shake it up, all done and ready to go. I'll quickly move into what sort of things we might like to diffuse while we're getting into our autumn cleaning. So before we actually start the cleaning part of it, just getting something in the air so that while we're getting in deep, because quite often when we get in deep, you get kicked up with a lot of stuff. You've already got that support going in the room. So the first blend that some of the oils that I would be reaching for in my home is lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And that is a really great combination if you tend to sneeze a lot when you get into the autumn cleaning. And I really love having that on, especially if I've got lots of pets and lots of pet fur that's going to be coming up as well. So that's lemon, lavender, and peppermint. It's fairly common for that. Another great one to have on if you're getting into deep, dark, moist corners would be something like On Guard, along with some Easy Air. Would be a really great combination for that side of things when you're getting in even deeper. So those are just a couple of blends that I love to pop on. Some other great oils to chuck in might be some tea tree or some Purify, are also really fabulous for when we're getting into the deep autumn cleaning side of things. So one of the big autumn tasks that I get into when it comes to trying to get ready for winter, when I don't really want to do as much, is I get into dusting, because after summer and having windows open all summer, and then autumn tends to get a bit breezy, I tend to find that a lot of dust has come in. So dusting is one of the big things that I like to tackle. So I'm going to show you how I actually make up my dusting spray, because it's quite simple. And I like to use Castile soap, which is just a really basic soap that doesn't really have any extra added stuff. I find it at my local health food shop generally has Castile soap. And all I do with that, oh, I lost my funnel. So I'm gonna have to do this without a funnel. But basically you just want about 1/3 of the Castile soap. And it doesn't have to be exact, which is what I love about using these recipes. And then we'll just top it up with top it up with water, sorry. And then we can choose what oils we want to add into it. So for my dusting, because it's so in my face, I like to add a bit of On Guard. If you're dusting surfaces that are white, you might want to spot test it because it is an orange colored oil. I actually really love using the orange color because on my wooden furniture, it really helps to act as a polish. It helps to buff out any scratches that have come into the wood. So I love using On Guard in that. So I've just popped 10 drops of that in there. And I also love adding in a bit of frankincense. And I just put 5 of that because that's so strong and so precious. And frankincense, being a woody oil, is really great for nourishing in the wood. And I'm going to also add in just a little bit of lemon as well, just for that added cleansing power. And because that's really nice and helps give it a bit of an uplift. So now that all of them are in, and I added the oils in last just so I knew that they're not going to overflow when I add the water in on top, because that's happened. You don't like to lose the oils, you want to lose the water. So I've just given it a bit of a shake, and now that's good to go, really super easy. Microfiber cleaning cloth is my favorite thing to use when it comes to pretty much all things cleaning. All of my products are strong enough that you don't have to scrub anything unless it's like been there for years, deep soap scum. Microfiber cloth is going to do the job without any hard work or muscle building. So with this, you can either spray the surface that you want and then just give it a rub over, or you can spray it directly on the cloth and then use that to wipe down as well. So you don't have to rinse it off, which I really love, unless you are worried about what the surface is like. And that's fabulous. So one of the things, depending on how much dust you've got on the surface, depends on whether you might like to sort of spray the surface, make sure everything's wet before approaching it with your cloth. Obviously, if you approach the surface while your cloth's really dry, a lot of that dust is going to kick up in your face a bit more. So there's a bit of a tip there for that one. So that is how I tackle the dust that comes into the house. And that actually helps, the soap in that helps to create a protective barrier so that it won't land. It's a bit easier to wipe off next time, which is really, really fabulous. And I really love it. So I call that my dusting aid. And I'm not sure if I have that on my blog at the moment, but I will have that recipe up there to be able to refer you to. So yeah, that's our dusting, all ready for winter, getting into the deep dark spots, windowsills. And while we're speaking of windowsills, you're going to get in there and probably notice the same thing that's happening in my house, especially now that we've got the gas heater running, after we've had all of this rain. You're going to notice that there's black spots that are starting to appear in the dark, moist corners, along the windows, along in the edges of the windows, and on the windows themselves. So that is pretty much the second major thing that I like to tackle when it comes to the autumn deep tasks before winter really kicks in. So I think especially relevant after all of this rain that we've had. There's so many little black spots just turning up everywhere, and I think everyone needs to know how to get rid of that, because that can that's really not fun for our health when that sort of stuff happens. So what we can do is we can talk about some of the oils that are really, really fabulous for those black spots. So I already talked a bit about wanting to chuck some On Guard in the diffuser, and that is because On Guard is one of those oils that is really, really fabulous for this issue. So if you're making up your own cleaning spray for it, On Guard is a really great one to add into the mix for that if you want to do it in a spray bottle. A spray bottle is a great one to use if you're cleaning something like windows, because as I said, you want to be able to spray the spot, make sure it's wet before you approach it with a cloth, because otherwise it's going to kick back in your face and look, yuck, yuck. So On Guard is fabulous. Tea tree always as a base. And then some of the other oils that we really love to add in is clove. Now, a lot of people have heard of clove, and especially when it comes to this issue, because it is so popular, it's common, and it is really super, super effective. So this is one that I love to add into the mixture, usually about 10 drops. I like to add into that to help deal with any of those. And then the second one that people don't know as much about is actually rosemary. And rosemary is really fabulous because it doesn't just help with the black spots that are there, but it's going to help stop them reappearing again. So this is really, really crucial almost to our winter preparation, if you like, because we want to really stop these things coming back when we're heading into a time when we're using more gas heating. Windows are going to be closed more because it's cold and everyone's hanging inside and breathing, you know, who has to breathe, you know. So for making up a spray, these things are really, really fabulous. And what I also like to do is not just have a spray, but I also have a cream cleanser, which uses the same ingredients. And my cream cleanser recipe is up on my blog, but I don't have this exact mixture up there yet. So the oils that you want to use with this cream cleanser is your tea tree, your clove, and your rosemary, and thyme is another really fabulous one. And that will help boost this mixture to deal with all of those black spots. And I really love using this one, especially when it comes to ones that will appear in your shower along the grout with a toothbrush. This is really, really fabulous. And especially up in ceiling corners along the cornices where black spots are starting to come along. This is really, really fabulous because it's white. You can rub it onto the surface. You can leave it on as long as you want and then come back and wipe it later if you need a deeper treatment. I've also used this on material things. So I had a baby bouncer that had been in storage before I had my most recent baby, and I pulled it out and lo and behold, covered in black spots. And I thought, no, please don't tell me that for my last child, I have to buy a whole new baby bouncer. You know, that would be really upsetting. So all I did was I got some of this and I rubbed it on, left it in the sun for a day. And then I've turned around and wiped it off, chucked it in the washing machine and all gone. Couldn't believe it. So that was really exciting. So that's another great way of dealing with black spots that have come up on clothing. So this has just got bicarb soda. It's also got some of this Castile soap in it and water. And those are the only extra ingredients you need apart from whatever oils that you want to pop in it at the time. So this one, I really, really love it. I might just see if I can get this closer to the camera just so you can see that it's really like a cream cleanser consistency like you would see in a lot of shopping centers, and that's why it works just so amazingly on all of these black spots everywhere. So that's the main things that I really wanted to make sure that we covered when it came to the deep cleaning and the things that we really like to do for autumn, getting ready for winter. And yeah, I think I'd like to now move on to being able to move into a bit of a question time. So if you want to have a think about anything else that's on your mind, any other green cleaning stuff or autumn cleaning stuff, anything that we've talked about, have a think about it. Feel free to type it out in the chat and we can start addressing that, or we'll open up for discussion once we've finished the recording part of it. So I'd really like to be able to pass back to Michelle at the moment, because if you don't have any of these doTERRA oils in your life before and you haven't tried it, she's a really great person to be able to chat to about the best way to be able to get them into your life. I can really only vouch for using the doTERRA oils in these cleaning products because that's all I've ever used. The times that I used the regular supermarket oils, I didn't get anywhere near the results at all. So that's why I use these ones. And if you'd like to get them into your life, then yeah, we would really love to help you to do that, because these products are absolutely fabulous. So yeah, I'd like to I'll pass back to Michelle, because she is, yeah, she knows all about that stuff.
Thanks, lovely. So we just wanted to share with everybody about how you can get started. Now, of course, you can always choose to pay the $35 joining fee, which is the membership fee in doTERRA, and you can build a kit yourself. But the way to get started in doTERRA, the smartest way is always to use these starter packs, because these starter packs are saving you further money off of those oils. It is just the wisest way to get started. So definitely reach out to the person who shared this video with you or who shares doTERRA with you and have a discussion with them, and they can contact me, or if they have a diamond clubber in their team, they can reach out to their person and they can help you get these other freebies that are on offer. Thanks so much, Joe. I have to thank you for being such an awesome person, showing up with a baby in arms. I love you to death. Joe and I go way back. I was her doula with one of her babies. So we've been friends for a very long time. And I really appreciate and love that you are in my team. And you are such a great resource to all of us, even those that aren't directly in my team. And I'm so grateful for you showing up and doing this for me at this time in your life when stuff's a little bit chaotic.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you so much for being able to help support me to do this, because I think that's one of the biggest things, and that's why I love you so much, is yeah, being able to be there to support me no matter what the crazy is in my life at this point in time. And yeah, and thank you everyone else for coming along and taking some time out of your day to come along and sharing all of this with us. And I really hope that everyone is yeah, feeling a little bit, I don't know, maybe inspired, but at least knowing that going into cleaning their homes is going to be so much easier here on in, being able to get in and use these oils to help with the job. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, love. And I will definitely be posting this replay in my group, and we will strive to do a bit of editing and add some recipes onto it. But if not, we will make sure we post recipes in the comments of the actual post, and then that way you have the ability to kind of grab some of the recipes and have them at your disposal. And you can also, you know, ideally we would have this in a format that we can forward this on via email. So if you need a copy, if you're looking to maybe share this on with some people in your team or with some of your perspectives that you've been discussing and rolling with, we're happy to make this available to you. Thanks so much, guys. And I look forward to seeing you on the next thing. Have a great day. Bye.